And we're back. AstroBeauty at it again. Good morning. How are you? Today the moon is in Capricorn, and so today I'm going to do Capricorn makeup and Capricorn astrology. And I'm going to do it as soon as I put my face makeup on. So hold tight, and I will see you back in just a minute. Yay! Here we are again, back with all of my makeup on. And today the moon is in Capricorn, so let's talk about Capricorn. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign, and because it's an earth sign, when the moon goes into Capricorn, I always like to wear earth tones, specifically like shades of brown. And I feel like that's just because, I don't know, Capricorn makes me feel like wintry and not super bloomy earth, like flowery earth like Taurus does, probably because it's ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is very minimalistic and very duty oriented and obligatory and rule following and structured, very structured. And so I like to wear brown. I just feel like brown makes me feel those things. And it's not like black. Black could also work, but black's not like more of like an earth tone, you know? So brown, we're just going with brown. And I'm browning. I'm doing all types of brown. It's actually more like toppy top. So I'm just going to do like a standard brown eye shimmery makeup look. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too over the top. Keep it sort of restricted and restrained for Saturn. And yes, this is what we're doing. While we talk about the moon in Capricorn for the month, and alert, alert, we have some big news. And it has to do with you, Capricorns. Yes, you. But let's get started on the makeup look. I'm an all natural makeup channel. which means that I only use all natural makeup products, products that have been formulated without harsh chemicals or any chemicals, and using natural, wonderful ingredients that are not only non-harmful, but beneficial to my skin. Every time I put my makeup on, I know that it's making my skin a little bit better. I like to think of it like fine wine, you know? The more we age, the more beautiful it gets. And I like to think that my makeup, my all natural makeup, is playing some type of role in that. And I don't know, maybe it's just all in my mind what I like to think, but that's what I think. Okay, so let's get started. Now for my brownie browns, it's going to be cooler browns though. I'm not going to use like warm golden browns. I'm going to use more like top silvery browns today. For Capricorn, for my makeup, so let's go. This is a foundation from the All Natural Face. It's just like a pressed foundation powder. You see, I just really like this color. And I don't have anything in a shadow like this, so I'm using it for my base layer for my eyes. And I do that sometimes when I want this color on my eyes. Imagine that. So here I go, putting this on. You know what? Here I go, pulling it off. Do you know why? Oh yes, I forgot my eyeshadow primer. Again, here it is, also from the All Natural Face, vegan eyeshadow primer, magic eyeshadow primer. Apparently this, it says on their website and their reviews and stuff, is quite comparable to some primer from MAC Cosmetics that a lot of people love. I've never used that because, you know, all natural. But this like works really well. I like to just wear this sometimes. I wear it just like this when I'm walking around the streets. Just kidding. I rub it in first. But I do sometimes just like to wear this once it's rubbed in. All right. So where should we start, guys? Where should we start about Capricorn? Should we start with the big alert, or should we just, I guess that is kind of the best way to start us off. So we have last week, if you remember, or maybe it wasn't last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Time is running together. I don't know what's going on much anymore. Anyways, recently we had Saturn go direct. And it went direct in Capricorn because that's where it is. And that was like kind of some big news because Saturn had been retrograde for a very long time. And so that kind of put things that maybe had been like frustrated, now I'm going to use this, frustrated or on hold for a while, like back into action. A lot of things that Saturn rules, or just like, Saturn rules time and structure and form and rules and old standing structures and the law, stuff like that. So while Saturn was retrograde for the past few months, like there may have been like a lot of delays and things of that nature, moving forward, kind of stagnating, being frustrated, so on and so on like that. I'm going to go under my eye with it now. And then Saturn moved direct. So things probably have started to move a little bit for you. Things of a Saturn-oriented nature, like I just described a second ago. And now, the big news for today is Pluto, the other big business planet that is with Saturn in Capricorn and the South Node, for our grand conjunction of 2020, where we evolve to our more higher versions of ourselves because we have transcended our past programming, and because of that we are able to function in a higher capacity and the world becomes a better place because each individual is being a better version of themselves because of what they've been through throughout this transformational purging, restructuring, and rebirth process. Yeah, so Saturn just went direct, and Pluto just went direct in Capricorn. Yes. And now the moon is coming into Capricorn for the first time since Pluto and Saturn went direct. You heard it here. And now they're going to be direct all the way up through January through that conjunction. So now they're on the way, on the road again. That's right, Saturn and Pluto. And Saturn recently just made conjunction with the South Node also, and is now moving past it towards the conjunction in January. So this is it, guys. The moon is coming through. This will be the first time since Saturn and Pluto. Okay, this is exciting stuff for me, so I can get carried away. Let me build my eyes. Okay. I'm going to use 3 different palettes today for my eye look. I should be using 1 because it's Saturn, but I'm staying in all earth tones. I'm not using colors, so we'll just call that my being like holding back and being minimalistic and downplayed for today. So most of it is going to come from this here Pacifica Pink Nudes Love of My Life palette. I'm going to use this, probably this maybe. And I'm also going to use, why does the light keep doing that? I don't understand. I'm going to use this right here. And I'm excited about this one because I love this color. This shimmery brown right there. I'm going to do a black line and we'll just see how it goes. I don't have like a specific like style of shadow that I'm like really trying to do. Whatever. Okay. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to start with, I love this shade right here. I don't know the name of it right now. You have to go on like the website to look, but I love this color. It's such a nice, cool, like beige. I like to wear this on its own sometime too. I mean, ideally, if I ever wore makeup things on their own, I would. However, I don't normally have the self-control for that because there's just so many beautiful options. Anyways, I really want to talk about Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn. So, yes, the moon is going there now. That's why I'm making this video, Moon in Capricorn. And the moon will be, our little emotional trigger point, will be conjuncting Pluto and Saturn for the first time since they've both gone direct. And Pluto has been direct for quite a while also. I don't remember exactly when he went direct, but it has been a long time, like months. And Pluto rules the depths, the underworld, like all things hidden, like what is beneath the surface of things, like the underbelly, the dark side, and profound, like transformation, purging, clearing out, regeneration, like having like the phoenix type vibe, you know, like burning out or being destroyed completely so one can be reborn and like a refined and more perfect version. And I mean, with the South Node and Saturn there, that's basically what is going, like they're kind of emphasizing that. But for Pluto has been going retrograde for so long, it's kind of like everything has been, all that energy has been behind the scenes, kind of like internalized, like it's almost like things have been able to sort of operate in the shadows more easily while Pluto has been retrograde. Like things have not been on the surface. Everything has been sort of behind the scenes. And Pluto is also power, like profound, like condensed power. And all of that has been not like outwardly manifesting, like outwardly expressed since Pluto's been retrograde. But now that Pluto's about to go direct, or now that Pluto just recently went direct, we should really, like, in our personal lives and collectively, like, things should start coming out. Especially with Saturn direct now, too. Like that's, like, justice, you know? Like, the law, like, following rules. Like, we should all be trying to kind of do things, like, right now, too. Like, kind of do things by the book, sort of, so to say. Just because the new moon was in square with Saturn, and Saturn just went direct, and there's all of this going on in Capricorn. Okay, so here's my base for this. Now, let's see. Now I'm going to go into this deeper shade, this just a little bit darker for my crease, from this Pink Nudes palette. And I'm going to keep talking. So, yeah, like, personally and collectively, things should start being uncovered. Like, secrets or hidden information should start coming out. And it's going to be part of what's necessary over the next 3 months as we move towards the conjunction, because right now we're headed for it. Like, all the messing around is done. Like, all the time for readjusting things is done. Especially, I feel like, with this Capricorn moon, as the moon goes through Capricorn and hits off with the planets direct for the first time, now that they're directly en route to their conjunction, I feel like this is big. Like, you picked your team. And by that, I really just mean, like, by this point, by this moon, I feel like we'll all kind of probably have a pretty good idea what way we're going to go with things. Like, with all of us, I feel like there's been a lot of personal issues and choices we've had to make, decisions about things in different ways. And I feel like by this point, as the moon goes through and hits these planets while direct for the first time, we're going to have a pretty good idea of, like, where we stand in terms of, like, the decisions that we've made so far. And, you know, where that's taking us for whatever is coming with the conjunction in January. All right. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now I'm going to take out of my Tiger's Eye palette this Pebble color. And I'm just going to do, like, more shadow on the crease. A little bit under. This is just it's like a little bit darker than the first color that I used. I've actually not used it yet, so we'll see. So, yeah, I feel like this is big. Like, I feel like because Pluto is now direct, and because Saturn just went direct, and now the moon is going through Capricorn for the first time since Pluto and Saturn went direct, I feel like, yeah, this is going to be a pretty significant couple of days, is what I'm thinking. I love this color. It's so nice. All right, I'm going to take a little bit more of this original foundation color that I was using now and just kind of blend up into my brow bone. Sorry if I'm, like, sniffling a little bit. I hope it's not annoying. I have a little cold and I'm trying to pretend that I don't. It's actually, like, on the spectrum and range of colds so far. I'm very grateful because it's more like, so far, just, like, sniffle and a cough and not so much like, I feel awful. So, I don't know. We'll see. Both my children have been colding the past couple of days. And so why not? Why not? Okay. Now I want to do my shimmer. and keep talking. So that's like really my thing, like what I need to say about. Oh, I should go a little under my eye with this too. That's what I need to say about this Capricorn moon cycle, or the couple days where the moon goes through Capricorn this month. Like, I'm not even really gonna waste time talking about anything else, because to me, it is just huge that Saturn went direct, Pluto went direct. Now they're both like marching head on towards conjunction with each other in January for the next cardinal cycle, Capricorn. And the moon, like I said, for the first time is going there. And the moon is like an emotional trigger point. And I feel like it's going to set a lot of things in motion, because we are in the Libra cycle, which is a cardinal cycle, which is all about taking action. And Libra is also the sign of the scales, like justice, things weighing out. So, I just feel kind of like, and maybe it's wishful thinking, I don't know, but it just looks to me, because of everything that's going on, like a balancing out of maybe like injustices that have been going on, or I don't know, like some type of just like leveling out, like a boomerang effect sort of, or I mean, because there's all that release of karma. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting on a tangent right now. I don't know, but I just think that this is going to be a big couple of days, like globally, like geopolitically in the world, and also individually in our own lives, in situations that we've been dealing with, like some type of culmination point about things somehow. All right, now I'm going to do, out of my 100% pure palette, I'm going to do this beautiful, like rosy, silvery brown shimmer right here that I love so much. And that's going to pretty much wrap it up for my eye look. I'm going to do a black liner too. So let's talk about you, Capricorn ascendants specifically, but also, if you have the sun or the moon there. Now, with a Capricorn ascendant, I mean, you got it going on in your first house. So, like I said in my last video, and I'm not going to rehash everything again because I'm trying to make these videos shorter, but you guys are going through like the most extreme personal transformation. Like, the only thing that could make it more extreme was if you had Uranus there too, which, Uranus is playing a role in this, and that's also like an extreme transformation, if like when Uranus is going through your first house. But for you guys, like having this conjunction coming up in your first house, that is big time. Like everything, like you are releasing personally a lot of things that are like karma, like type issues, like things from the past that are holding you back as a person in life, because you're becoming literally like an entirely new individual. Your first house, your person, how you interact with the physical realms, like how you show up in the world. Like, ooh, and I'm gonna curl my lashes for 45 minutes now. And so yeah, you guys have like a really serious transformation personally that's going on, like within you, yourself, and you, the person that you are. And with Saturn having just gone direct, like you should be feeling a lot less frustrated personally in a lot of ways, like things that you might want to be doing, or things about yourself, your body, somehow like moving forward, releasing, like flowing again. And now with Pluto going direct too, you might find out some things. I don't know. You might have some type of like personal like revelation about things, or you might just be feeling a lot more powerful and a lot more like connected to the power within yourself and ability to move forward and pursue the things that you need to pursue for like what you have going on right now. And what you have going on right now is 10th house planets. For you guys, ascendant in Capricorn, the new moon would have just fallen in your around your 10th house, which is your career and like public recognition and stuff like that. So there should be an emphasis this month, this Libra cycle, of things happening with your career or with authority figures or with bosses or with like just influential people in your life. It's like a good time for a promotion or to ask. Mars and the sun are going to be in your 10th house. So it's a good time to like take initiative and ask for things that you want or be really active in regards to pursuing elevated like levels of status. Like it would probably be like a good time, I don't know, like if you were like running for something or like putting yourself out there, like trying to gain public notoriety for something, or yeah, like asking for a promotion, a raise, anything, you know, dealing with like authority figures and bettering yourself and your public reputation. There's probably going to be a lot of emphasis on over the next month because of that new moon cycle that happened in Libra, probably somewhere around your 10th house. So there's that. And also because, like I said, Mars and the sun in your 10th, there also might be more like aggressive or like just like strong, like willful type personalities that you're dealing with in like your career or in those like public arenas and public situations and stuff. And also towards the end of the month, as that square happens between Saturn and Mars, and because at the new moon your 10th or the 10th house planets were in square to the first, you might notice some type of like frustration coming from like work or public recognition in terms of your personal like ambitions or what you want to do, your like personal transformations that you're trying to make. Saturn, Pluto, direct in the first this month. All right, now I'm going to do my line with my favorite Pacifica liquid liner. So yeah, like lots and lots of energy around the career, public reputation type atmosphere, and a potential for, you know, some more like aggressive or willful type personalities showing up, or maybe you're feeling that way about things just because Mars and the sun are there. Yes. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to say for you guys is Venus and Mercury will be moving into your 11th Scorpio this month, somewhere around there. So you also should be having like, that should be helping you with all of that 10th house, Mars, Sun, new moon energy this month, because Venus and Mercury in the 10th, or I mean in the 11th, are going to make you like super social and like socially pleasing to people, like charming. And they also, you know, the 11th house is also like gains and like what we aspire to. So there's also, I mean, in Venus, it's like, you know, luxury material stuff. So there's an opportunity for like some type of maybe like reward that comes through, or like you being just like very charming and outgoing and social and networking, and that has an impact on your ability to like move up in your career or public reputation this month. So that's just something to keep in mind. The 11th is like hopes, wishes, dreams, like the fulfillment, gains, blessings, stuff like that coming to us. And I'm just gonna do a tiny bit of this in my lash line, like just dotting it. I'm not drawing it because I just want my lashes to look a little bit like darker right near the line. I don't want it to be like an obvious line. Yes, and so with Venus and Mercury there, that is probably helping you and playing a role in giving you, just like I said, like a charm and eloquence, like an ability to communicate or just like seem like attractive and beautiful and well spoken in terms of your socializing and connecting with groups, stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm basically done with my eyes. I am going to just do my under eye real quick and then keep going. So another thing, again, I want to mention for you guys, it's not like the most relevant thing for you guys this month, but I'm going to mention it anyways. Your Black Moon Neptune conjunction at the new moon was most likely happening in your third house of communications, learning, like short trips, acquaintances, like people we have day-to-day like small talk and communications with, siblings, cousins, stuff like that, like just information, chatter. And so there may be some type of like shadow issue in regards to one of those things that you're dealing with and that you are working on, like some type of like subconscious programming or belief system about like one of those types of issues, like learning or information communication, like your learning style, what you think, thoughts, Mercury, third house. So some type of way you think is like trying to change. Maybe it's just like an ingrained, embedded like system of like thought process or something like that. But that is where your like subconscious trauma issues are right now. And all right, now I need my sponge. And that is what is trying to be cleared out for you guys so that you can make your personal transformation. It's like without changing your thought patterns, that's like the Mercury to the fullest, like thought patterns. Without, or like the third house, like without changing like something about the way that you think or just view information is gotta be reformed in some way. It's just how it's working out for you guys. All right, now I'm going to use my 100% pure bamboo blur powder like I always do, just under my eye. Actually, I need to, I already did that. Okay. This stuff is the greatest of all times. I love it so much. It's so pretty. So yeah, like I was saying, that's where you guys have that going on. And that is in trine to the North Node, which is our destiny point. And so it is part of, and that's where we're going. That's in Cancer for you guys. That's your 7th house. So something about the clearing out or not the clearing out, something about the healing, resolving, dissolving, trauma, programming, subconscious patterns, and the way that you deal with like information or thought processes is going to like do something to bring you in alignment with better relationships or other people somehow, because that's where you have Cancer, and that's where your destiny point after the Capricorn great conjunction purge, your whole personal transformation is taking you to. So now I'm done with my eyes outside my mascara. I should probably just go ahead and do my mascara, and then I'll do my blush. So we're ready for the daily mascara sniff. This is my green tea, fruit pigmented, green tea ultra lengthening mascara from 100% Pure. It smells amazing, it works amazing, and it's the only mascara that I want to use anymore. And actually, it makes me want to try a lot of other mascaras because I want to know if there's any other natural form. I've never found a natural formula that's so amazing before. I'd like to know if there are others out there. But this one is just so good. It's really, really good, you guys. I really love this. And the last thing that I really want to say for you guys, I mean, you guys are one of the signs that are really like on blast right now. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But I cannot see my eyelashes in this mirror on the side. But the last thing is Uranus for you guys. It puts it in your 5th, I think. So with Uranus on the 5th house, I wouldn't be surprised if you have children, surprisingly, shockingly, that you weren't expecting over the next 7 years. Be on the lookout with Uranus in the 5th for shocks, surprises, things getting thrown up in the air in regards to creations, like things that you create. Or like you could become like randomly famous, like all of a sudden, 5th house, like the center of attention, or like things that you create could become like something like really surprising or shocking about them. With Uranus, it's really hard to say. And with the 5th house, like that's, or like inventions, like you might invent something really like surprising that like has some sort of surprising like impact. I don't know, that's kind of a cool placement, Uranus in the 5th for the next 7 years. But yeah, just shocks and surprises based on like things that you create or being like on stage, or also in regards to like your loyalties. Yeah, like love too. I don't know. That's interesting. That could go a lot of ways, but I would definitely say that randomly, shockingly, maybe having a baby would be Uranus in the 5th. So just keep that in mind. That's an interesting placement of Uranus over the next 7 years. The 5th house. Leo. Could become just like randomly like super creative. I don't know. So that's interesting. You guys, Capricorns, you got some interesting times going on. Interesting times. You got to clear trauma and subconscious issues regarding like how you process information, thought patterns, how you think or speak or communicate or write. And I mean, you got the personal transformation, and this should be a big month for you guys because Saturn just went direct in your sign, and now Pluto just went direct in your sign, and now the moon is making its once monthly conjunction with all that. And Saturn also was just in conjunction with the South Node. That's both the planets of like karma in the past coming together. So these are big times. And this also like heavy, like I'm not talking lightness. I'm talking like this is intense, powerful, heavy energy that we're dealing with. So I'm not expecting like an easy, fun couple of days. Maybe, everybody has personal transits. Everybody has this is only the most general of general astrology. And you need to know your personal transits to know how this could actually affect you, because you may have several things going on in play that could completely change, how this is working for you. But just generally, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's going to be kind of like an intense, heavy time for all of us, because for all of us in some way, there's been some type of internal restructuring, some type of internal purge that have been going on in different issues in regards to different things over the past few months during the retrograde. And now that stuff is ready to come out from underneath and be brought forward from the depths. And with the moon there, that's our emotional trigger, our emotional powerhouse. Our emotions spur actions. We're in the Libra cycle. So I just think that we need to be prepared for intense actions, information, scenarios, situations. And I think that will help us to just know what's going on and handle them the best we can. And finally, for my blush, I'm using one of my samples. I am using this color, Dusky Rose. It's super pretty. It's matte, and it's just it's a little, I don't know, it's a little deeper. It's not super light, but I don't want a really bright cheek today for Capricorn obvious reasons. And so this is just I'm trying to actually keep more of a chiseled, sophisticated look today to go with Capricorn, not so cute and pretty. I don't really like to do that as much with Capricorn. So I'm just gonna stay mainly on my cheekbones, up here with this today. I'm not really trying to bring anything much over. So yeah. Now that's basically what I got for you guys. Got Mars and the Sun in your 10th. A lot going on with work. Good time to ask for promotions or to better yourself, and you'll have assistance with that because Venus and Mercury are going to be going into your 11th house, which is going to just make you very socially eloquent, charming, personable, attractive, smooth, and just personally charming in your communications with others, which is going to really help you out in your career pursuits and endeavors this month. And when the full moon comes, that means it will be in your 4th house, so there might be some type of payoff in terms of things going on in the home around the full moon. Maybe you get a promotion, or you're doing really well at work, or you get a little bonus or a raise or something, and you're able to do some things for your home or your family during the full moon period that maybe you weren't anticipating or something, or maybe you were anticipating and maybe you were been waiting for it and now it's here. Now I'm just going to go over the top of this with a little bit of my Strawberry pressed blush from 100% Pure. I love this. And it's just a little more cool toned and a little shimmer, and I just think it will look pretty over the top. So, yeah, that's what you guys got going on. And then you got the Pluto Saturn South Node in your 1st. So we don't know how that's going to go. You guys have had that there for a long time, though, so this is not a new thing for you. But it is a new thing with them being direct. So you should be being a lot more direct or clear, or things should be having momentum and moving forward for you now in regards to your personal transformations, whatever that looks like individually for you. All right, now I'm just going to go back in with a tiny bit of my concealer, just because I want to brighten it up, just right down here, along my face a little tiny bit more because I went a little closer with the blush than I wanted to, which happens a lot because product moves. But I kind of just want to make it a little lighter right through here. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, but in terms of the astrology, I've pretty much said what I was wanting to say for today. This is just going to be like, I'm anticipating it to be a pretty active, pretty intense couple of days. And especially for you guys who are ascendants, like, there's no reason to think it would be any different for you. And so that's basically what I have. Now I need to do a little more of this blur powder. I'm going to go over my face with it. Just give it a nice general dusting because it blurs things so nicely. Imagine that. Blur powder that blurs. And it's all natural and it's bamboo and it's from 100% pure. And their stuff is great. So yes, this is just what we're doing. And I think I'm going to put on just a wee bit more of my bronzer and my powder. And then we'll call it a look. And I will go about my day. We have homeschool today. We have homeschool every day. Well, not on Wednesdays because the homeschool curriculum is 4 days a week. So on Wednesdays, we go and do a bunch of classes outside of the house. We're part of a co-op. And they have like what's called like zenith classes where you can like, there's a bunch of classes and the kids can take them to kind of like electives, sort of like an adjunct to the curriculums that they do for their homeschool. And my son right now is taking a building class, a Lego building class, which he loves. The child loves Legos. He's loved Legos since his first Lego set, which was the Spinjitzu Masters. If you know anything about Legos, or if you have kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So yeah, Legos are a big thing with us, and luckily we were able to put him in a Lego building class. So he is just building away with Legos and loving that. And he's also in a science class called How Stuff Works, which is proving to make my life easier because he's learning all about how all types of things work, which means less questions for me. Like, the other day he came home telling me all about how stabilizers work. That's what he calls staplers. No matter how many times I correct him, they remain stabilizers. And, just like other tons of random things that he's like normally very inquisitive about, now he can tell me how they work, and I think that's great. And I love it. So, happy with that so far. We made wool ghosts out of the handwork the wool that we've been processing. That happened too. Just random little tidbits of things. And I think, I don't know, this brush has like a really thick handle. It's my powder brush from 100% Pure. And I love this brush, but I'm constantly like throwing it by accident, tossing it. All right, I'm just going to do with this like one last sweep with this setting powder because it's just so good. And I gotta do a lip. And then we'll be done. Done! Alright, so for my lip today, I'm going to use this NYX pencil. Not natural. Working on it. I don't have a shade in a natural pencil that I want for today, so I'm using this NYX in the shade London. Yes. I'm just doing a beige top shimmer lip today. All right, so I have my line. I went a little, like I kind of covered my lips with a pencil today too, just because the color that I'm going to use, where did I put it? All right, so I'm actually going to use, this is the Lip and Cheek, the Burt's Bees All Over Color Stick in the color Sands. I use this as my cheek base today too. I'm going to use, I love this color on the lips. I'm going to use a little bit on my lips. So pretty. This is by far my favorite of the lip and cheek colors that they have. Their highlighter, the highlighter one light stick is really good too. And now I'm going to use this Outback Oasis gloss crayon, Burt's Bees. Love this color. It's perfect for what I'm wearing. And so I'm gonna wear this. And it is just like the nude shimmery like top. Oh, it's not shimmery, it's like more glossy, like beige. I like the cooler undertone that I am looking for. So guys, that's it. There's this is my Cherry Matte setting spray, and then we can take this, do this. I'm not going to do a highlight today because it's Saturn, and Saturn I feel like doesn't like things to be like extra shiny or over the top. So I'm not going to do a highlight today. But I am going to do just a tiny bit of this luminizer down my nose, which I should have done before I sprayed my face, but I didn't. So I'm just going to do it now. And it'll be all right. It's still a little wet anyways, so I'm kind of just tapping it in to the powder. And you know what? I am going to put just a tiny bit of this 100% pure luminizer on my cheeks because, where's my brush? Because I just decided I want to, just now in this moment. Even though I literally just said I'm not going to, it's not a highlighter. It's just a luminizer. So it's just going to give like a little teeny bit of sheen, and there's no color to it. It's not sparkly. So I think this will be okay with Saturn. All right, guys. There she is. There's the makeup. This is my little look for the day, and that's my Capricorn astrology. You're gonna be all right. We're gonna make it. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that I see you back here for my video on the moon in Aquarius in a couple of days. And until then, you guys, AstroBeauty is out.